When is an alternate juror available for service? To find out, you have to read People v. Murray. It's only 7 pages. Don't have time for that? I got you covered. This is TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read, Court of Appeals cases in 5 minutes or less. This is the episode on the case of People v. Murray. This can be found at 2022 New York Slip Opinion 05916, published by the Court of Appeals on October 20th, 2022. It's a criminal case. The issue in this case is, when is an alternate juror available for service such that that juror can be put in place of a discharged regular juror? To understand this case, you have to understand a few things about jury service. You have to understand that jury service is the same whether you're an alternate juror or a regular juror. It's the same jury panel. It's the same jury summons. It's just the first certain number of people that get put on the regular jury, and then the next people that are put as alternate jurors. It's the same qualifications. It's the same oath. And basically, in almost all felonies, the court may, in its discretion, select up to 6 alternate jurors to serve. Those jurors can be put in place of a discharged juror if that juror, regular jurors, either become sick or disqualified or unable to serve or unfit. But there's a certain point, and that point is when the jurors go to deliberate, when the court must either, this is what the statute says, must either, with the consent of the people and the defendant, discharge the alternate juror, or send the regular jurors to deliberate and direct the alternate jurors not to discuss the case and keep them apart from the regular jurors while the regular jury is discussing the case. And if then, even during deliberations, a juror becomes sick or ill or unable to serve or disqualified for some reason, then you can see if there's an alternate juror available to serve. And that juror can take the place of the regular juror. The judge then may replace the discharged juror with an alternate juror. But if there's no alternate juror available to serve, then the court has to declare a mistrial. Okay, so what happened in this case? The facts are 3 defendants are charged with assault. It goes through trial. It goes to summation. After the summation, okay, so they're not getting sent to deliberate yet. After the summation, but before deliberations, the judge decides to discharge the jurors, the alternates. He tells them that they're discharged. He sends them home. Then he takes the regular jury and sends them for lunch. Okay, this is not the normal time when you do this. During the lunch period, one of the co-defendants' lawyers makes it clear to the court that one of the regular jurors is disqualified because he did something improper. He was talking at a social event about the case in violation of the rules. The court, basically, there's no dispute here that that juror was disqualified, and they need to either get a mistrial or figure something out. The judge then says, well, wait a second. We just sent those other 2 alternate jurors home. They call the jurors, the alternate jurors, they say, come tomorrow to court. The court conducts an inquiry of the jurors the next morning. They haven't done anything inappropriate. They haven't discussed the case. They haven't formed an opinion. And the judge seats one of them as a regular juror in place of the juror who's discharged. That jury then convicts the defendant. He appeals. The appellate division upholds what the judge did, goes to the Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals says, no, that was not right. The Court of Appeals says that discharged and available for service are mutually exclusive. The moment that the judge discharged those alternate jurors, they were no longer eligible to be a replacement juror. And the bright line rule that the Court of Appeals says is, well, when it's discharged, they say, well, the moment the judge said to the jury, to those alternate jurors, you are discharged. You don't have to appear again for 6 years. At that moment, they're no longer available for service. So at that point, the only option available to the court was to declare a mistrial. So they reversed the trial court in the appellate division. Too Long Didn't Read, People v. Murray. Have a good day. If you like what you just saw and want to see more just like it, please hit like or subscribe to let me know.